Hey guys, welcome to the club Fears 40. In this series, we are discussing various aspects of middle age dilemma and midlife career crisis and how one can better prepare to handle it. We are going to unpeel this onion layer by layer as how one can observe self and identify if there are some symptoms and step by step systematic to better prepare to handle the mid-career crisis in the middle age. As you prepared full, the stress get reduced. So we are going to prepare and eliminate the stress by this club. So get your drink, pick some coffee, and buckle up on your seats to take a ride with us on this journey. Ready? So in the last club, we discussed a little bit on preliminary symptoms of crisis in your professional and changing world of careers. Today, we are going to talk as how does these things are going to affect in our mid-career. So let's begin. So as we discussed in last club, if the future is going to be uncertain, and we understand that as we move forward, at one side, the coming generations, both Generation Z and millennials, will not like to stay longer in organization. At the same time, other side of the coin, the corporate world will also be looking for the flexibility in the VUCA world. The companies will be looking at more and more temporary contractual workforce which they can easily adjust in line with economy and business development. How is this going to work for people? We need to understand some hard facts of this changing work environment. We all know as how the pyramid structure of organization works. If you are aging and not progressing towards the top layer of pyramid, you must understand the risk we are creating for ourselves. In the current corporate era, transformation is the most buzzword you will hear everywhere, wherever you go. These are multiple transformations happening at the same time in all the industries. And this includes evolution of new organization structure. As this is taking shape, more and more organizations are heading towards flat organization structure. This means lesser layers, lesser hierarchies, and bigger span of control, and ultimately this means lesser growth opportunities because the layers are getting removed. Hence, once the span of control is going to be more, which means there will be only few people at the higher in the ladder and taking care of more people under them, and the ratio of individual contribution is going to be least. This will lead to a complete shift of war game in corporate world. One will have acute pressure of either moving himself or herself up in the ladder to get up in the hierarchy, or the next generation which is pumping every day will push him out. There will be a determined war between up or out. Either you go up or you get out. You cannot remain at the same place for a very long time and cannot assume that you will earn your bread sitting at the same place for a lifetime. The simple reason is that imagine you stay at the same place for a few years. Every year the cost escalation makes you costlier for the organization. And now, since you are costlier than yesterday, you must deliver more value than yesterday. It's business. But how? If you are staying at same place, same level, the value delivery will be limited with the opportunity you have. And in case you are not able to make it, you will be replaced by a fresher or newcomer who brings new energy, new technology, and comes at lesser cost. The normal routine tasks are going to be automated. With machine learning, robotic process automations, and lot of automatic robotic things which are happening. This means we need human being to be more and more intellectual tasks to be done. The data punching jobs are already out of fashion. In software industry, softwares are taking away the job of software engineers. In future world of blockchain, there is going to be end-to-end integration of process, both backward with supplier and forward with customer. And most of the transaction will be taken care through automated supply chain. And further, machine learning will be improvising the processes. And if this is going to be reality, the jobs are going to be redundant. One need to upskill himself or herself to do the more and more intellectual tasks and make himself or herself capable of moving up in the ladder, where the places will be fewer. Hence you must be competitive or you will be pushed out by next generation, because there is always a war to getting into the system, and they will be obviously faster and come with latest knowledge to take care of your task or replace you. So, are you stressed? Stressed? Feeling stressed? Let me tell you a small story. Small story. A young woman went to her mother and told her about her life and how things were so hard for her. She did not know how she was going to make it and wanted to just give up. She was tired of fighting and struggling. It seems that as one problem was solved, a new one arose. Her mother listened her. She took her to the kitchen. She found 3 pots with water, similar and with equal water, and placed each on a high fire. Soon the water started boiling. Then she put in the first pot, placed some carrots. In the second pot she placed eggs, and in the last she placed ground coffee beans. Then she let them sit and boil without saying a word. In about 20 minutes, she turned off the burners. She fished the carrot out and placed them in a bowl. She pulled the eggs out and placed them in another bowl, and then she ladled the coffee out and placed it in one of the bowl. Turning to her daughter, she asked, "Tell me, what do you see now?" And the young lady replied, "Carrots, eggs and coffee. Obvious. What you put, you took it out." The mother brought her closer and asked her to feel the carrot. She did and noted that they were soft. They just boiled. She then asked her to take an egg and break it. After pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, she asked her to sip the coffee. The daughter smiled and she tasted the rich aroma. The daughter then asked, "What does it mean, mother? Just tell me something." Her mother explained that each of these objects had faced the same adversity. They were all put on the same boiling water, but each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong, hard, unrelenting. However, after being subject to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. Anyone can eat them. However, the eggs had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquidity interior. But after sitting through the boiling water, its inside became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique. However, after they were in boiling water, they had changed the water. Which are you? Mother asked the young daughter. Which of these three are you? When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a carrot? Are you an egg? Or a coffee bean? Think of this. Which am I? Am I the carrot that seems strong, but with pain and adversity do I wilt and become soft and lose my strength? Am I the egg that start with a malleable heart but change with the heat? Did I have a fluid spirit, but after a death, a breakup, or a financial hardship, or a job loss, does my shell look the same, but on the inside am I bitter and tough with a stiff spirit and hardened heart? Or am I like the coffee bean? The bean actually changes the hot water, the very circumstances that brings the pain. When the water gets hot, the beans releases the fragrances and flavor. If you are like the bean, when things are at their worst, you get better and change the situation around you. You do not get weak, you do not get bitter, but you create the rich aroma. When the hours are darkest and trials are their greatest, do you elevate to another level? Do you handle adversity? Are you a carrot? Are you an egg? Or a coffee bean? Introspect yourself. So the life is going to remain tough, and we will be keep testing the ability of each of us to handle the things like boiling water situation. The competition in corporate world is already at highest. People are already pulling the legs of each other, and it's going to mount further as the gap between supply and demand of talent will increase. There are a lot of supplies happening, but the demand is not yet seen. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the fabric of our society forever. The social systems are going to be not same ever again. The new era has begun even in the corporate world. The world is not going to remain same post COVID-19. The question is what one should do when he is challenged by such tough times and hit by career crisis at 40s, which he may consciously aware of many times and at times not aware at all. How to remain relevant to the changing circumstances and keep moving forward in this career, because there will be many turnaround situations. I want you to think in these aspects, and we'll take this discussion forward in our next club and unpeel many such layers. If you like the content and find the value, please do not forget to hit the like button and also